My name is Arvind Kala and I live in Delhi. How ironical indeed. Mr. Modi swore to protect the cow when he came to power, and that very cow is ruining him. When I talk of those cows, I mean those wandering animals, millions of them wandering around in the countryside. They're not only ruining Mr. Modi, they're ruining the farmers who once owned them and later abandoned them. You see, Mr. Modi's biggest mistake was that he ignored the economics of dairying. The economics of dairying is very simple. A cow lives for 15 years, but it gives milk only for 6 or 7 years. So what does the Indian farmer do? After the cow became dry and stopped giving milk, he would sell off the unproductive animal for 15,000-20,000, and he would use that money to buy another cow or to buy a female calf that he would rear till it would start giving him milk, which he would sell and get some income. Now Mr. Modi just derailed all that, and he has ended up pauperizing farmers. You see, Mr. Modi's game was very simple. He thought he would unify the farmers, the Hindu farmers, so that he'd get the votes. Today, the Hindu farmers are unified, but they're unified against him, because that is how it has worked out. You know, the trouble in India is Mr. Modi doesn't understand the economics. He just consults one genius, the genius he sees in his own mirror. And the economics, you know, one or two fundamental points about dairying economics here is that an average Indian farmer gets 50% of his income from dairying. Not from agriculture, but from dairying. So that cow is very, very precious to him. And that you know, the economics is very, very precarious. First of all, the Indian farmer is abysmally poor. His land holding is only 1 hectare. 1 hectare is just 2.5 acres, which is hardly enough to feed a family of 4 in the best of times. Now, you know, that farmer, you cannot afford to pauperize him, which Mr. Modi has done. Because earlier he would get 15,000-20,000 for an unproductive animal. No, now he can't get it. He naturally, when it goes dry, he releases it. And what does the cow do? It wanders around and eats up his very crop. So those farmers and their whole families, the father sleeps in the field at night, protecting his field from being eaten up by this thing, and the son protects it during the day. Because a wandering hungry cow can polish out everything, an acre of food, of newly growing crop. So Mr. Modi has really derailed the you see, Hindu fundamentalism should not come at the cost of hurting Hindus. Now, there was a very, before Mr. Modi derailed India's dairying and beef economics, there was a very simple truth that nobody ever mentioned in a Hindu India. An unproductive animal, a cow, would be sold off to a slaughterhouse, for 15,000-20,000. And why would he get 15,000-20,000 for that? Because the unproductive cow, its meat would be sold, its hide would be sold to the leather industry, India's gigantic leather industry. Its hooves, its hair, these things would be sold off to poultry and fish feed companies, where it would go. So every bit of the cow was useful. So there's an economics of the cow which Mr. Modi just ignored. Now India has 192 million cattle. And you know, if you look at the economics of the cow industry, dairying industry, the cows outnumber bulls 3-1. Because the bulls have always ended up in the slaughterhouse. They don't give no milk. They're not needed for plowing fields because everybody has access to tractors. And earlier they were used to pull bullock carts. Now those bullock carts have gone, and you know, in their place there are tractors and other forms of transport, public transport, whatever. So everything has been, that is the whole thing. And Mr. Modi has just derailed all this. So I don't know what he is going to do. He's going to be hit very, very badly. Dairying in India is huge. If I'm not mistaken, we are the biggest producers of milk in the world. And a farmer household gets only 8,000 rupees a month. That's his income, according to top government sources. This is not just me speaking. I'm talking of agriculture economists. So what are you going to do? So it's a miserable life, a poor farming household, and during the day, etc., all he does is guard his fields at night, and his son does that, or the women folk do that. So Mr. Modi has just ended up pauperizing the very people he claims to protect. and all because of his impetuous nature. He just, once he decides to do anything, he just plunges in and causes a lot of grief to everybody. So folks, I talk a lot of sense, so please forward this video if you like it to everybody you know. And hang on, there's a red button on the right below. Just press that button and I'll be your slave for the rest of my life. Okay folks, adios.